Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please join our weekly Tuesday Sangha, which will start within 1 minute. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very nice to see everyone. My name is Vraja Lalana. Welcome to Tuesday Sangha. Is there anyone here who is attending Tuesday Sangha for the first time? Please raise your hand. Oh, we have so many newcomers. So wonderful. Okay, perfect. Let me then summarize, give you a little bit of information what we're doing at Tuesday Sangha. So first of all, this Sangha is every Tuesday, Hare Krishna, at 6:30 p.m. It is open to everyone. Please bring your friends, your family members. What we do, the purpose of Tuesday Sangha is to enlighten ourselves, is to put our spiritual practice, actually put the spirituality into practice. Is there anyone here who haven't heard or haven't read Bhagavad Gita before? Please raise your hand. Okay, 1, 2, okay, anyone else? So everyone else heard or read Bhagavad Gita as it is? Okay, wonderful. The purpose, again, of the Sangha is to understand the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, and to apply it in our daily life, because knowledge becomes knowledge when we apply it. If we just know but we don't apply it, what happens? We forget about it. Therefore, here we read and discuss Bhagavad Gita in details. We clarify different points which are important for life. And we disseminate any doubts that you may have about yourself, about relationships. If you have any questions, you can see how Bhagavad Gita answers all those questions. And before we start reading, we do one round of Maha Mantra meditation. Anyone here haven't heard of Maha Mantra? Please raise your hand. Okay, everyone? Okay, perfect. So some of you. So the words of the Maha Mantra are written here. The meditation is happening on the sound vibration, okay? Meaning that when we repeat the mantra, we need to be very attentive to the sound vibration, to keep our mind focused on the sound. Who can tell me why is it important? So those who are aware of Maha Mantra and of the potency, why is it important to meditate, to chant Maha Mantra with attention? Anyone? It is an offense. Yes, so inattentive chanting is offensive. Exactly. So Maha Mantra is the holy name of the Lord. When we chant Maha Mantra, we are calling the Lord by his name. And it's very offensive if we are doing it inattentively. It's the same if my name is Rajalalana, you're talking to me, Rajalalana, Rajalalana. Rajalalana, Rajalalana. Okay? Yeah. So it is offensive. It's actually rude, right? So as human beings, we understand that. But what is the potency? Prabhu, maybe you can elaborate. When we chant it with attention, what do we gain? What is the potency of attentive chanting? Why is it important for us? Like it's a life importance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Yes, yes, thank you so much. So Maha Mantra is non-different from the Lord, and the vibration comes from the spiritual world itself. When we chant, as Prabhu said, Maha Mantra, we are in that vibration, and the Lord is dancing on our tongue, right? So therefore, the attentive chanting allows that cleansing. Inattentive chanting, it actually doesn't allow, and moreover, it may create even we get blocked, basically. We block ourselves through the towards the spiritual self-elevation, self-realization, okay? So therefore, we need to focus. So what do you think can be an obstacle for focusing on the sound vibration? What is an obstacle? Yes. What is this? Phones, yes. Phones can be an obstacle. So what should we do with our phones? Turn them off, yes. What else? What is it? Our mind. How does it distract us? It says a lot, right? It speaks constantly. And you said what? Thoughts. Yeah, so it's the mind is talking through the thoughts. Yes, so what Maha Mantra does, by the process of purification, our mind becomes pure, meaning silent. Okay? So all we need to do is to make that effort to focus. Instead of the speaking mind, we just refocus. We go back to that sound, okay? And then mind surrenders because it gets purified, and by the purity of the mind, what happens with the mind? It becomes satisfied. Why does the mind talk? Because it's dissatisfied. It wants so many things. Eat, drink, watch a movie, buy something, do something, get satisfied, get something, right? So the Maha Mantra satisfies the mind. Why is it so important to satisfy the mind? To get peace. Yes, what else? The mind controls our senses. Who is familiar with strong, painful attachments, cravings, anger, frustration? These are our senses, right? And it's very hard to control. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna and he gives him the eightfold process of yoga, right? How to control the mind. And Arjuna says, this is impossible, Krishna, right? It's easier to control the wind than to control the mind. And then Krishna says, it's possible by the appropriate practice. So this is the practice. Maha Mantra is the practice for the mind control through purification. You cannot put yourself on a diet without just giving yourself food. You need to give yourself a high taste, substitute, proper substitute. Okay, it's like with the child is playing, right? And you say, don't play with this, it's dangerous. But you have to give something to the child to refocus the child, right? And then the child will be engaged with the appropriate thing and the child will be satisfied and he won't be in danger. So same with the mind, right? By engaging the mind in a process of Maha Mantra chanting, the mind becomes purified, and pure mind becomes what? Our friend. So chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, mind becomes friend. The mind as our friend, how does it behave? Will it talk to you when you chant Maha Mantra? No, it will be silent. Will it be happy that you finished your japa? No, it won't be. Because if it's your friend, he'll say, give me one more round. Right? Yes. But if our mind is impure, it acts like our enemy. It says, oh, let's do it later, in 10 minutes, tomorrow. I promise you from the new year, please, right? So everyone is kind of familiar with that. Therefore, this is what we do at Tuesday Sangha. We chant Mahamantra, we train our mind, we do our collective effort of mind purification, and after that, once the mind is purified, we read Bhagavad Gita. So our subtle body consists of several layers. So we have a soul, right? This is our identity. We're spiritual beings. Then we have our consciousness, which keeps us alive. That consciousness goes through the body and through the mind and through the, what is called intelligence and ego, and that's how we feel ourselves alive. But then we also have our mind, which is purified by Mahamantra, and we have the intelligence. So intelligence controls the mind. Intelligence needs wisdom, knowledge. So probably you've seen people who are struggling with relationships, right? You can help them to solve the problem. But then if they don't have a knowledge, overall knowledge of the principles of the relationships, they're going to commit another mistake, and another mistake, right? So one thing is to gain the purity. Another thing is to fill in that mind with knowledge. And that's the responsibility of our intelligence. So in order to help our intelligence to support our mind, we read Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna gives us all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom that we need, how to function in this life, how to get out of karmic activities, how to get into karma-free activities, right? How to gain Krishna consciousness, meaning how to reconnect with the Lord, how to understand who we are, reestablish that eternal relationship that we have, start cooperating with the Lord instead of separating ourselves, because we act as separate entities. That's why we don't remember. But as soon as we purify our consciousness, we reconnect with the Lord, right? And we start cooperating. It's the same as your hand, for example. It's a part of your body. Same as we are parts and parcels of the Lord. If the hand is taking the food, but doesn't feed the stomach, what's going to happen with the hand? With time, it's going to be, what, weak, right? Because stomach is not supplying food to the hand. So same with us. If we are not acting as parts and parcels of the Lord, what happens with us? We become weak, we become unhappy, dissatisfied, and etc., right? So cooperation and reconnection with the Lord gives us eternal happiness. This is the practice that we are doing here, okay? Okay, wonderful. So before we start, let's give our obeisances to Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of this wonderful place called ISKCON, International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Here. Okay, so which was found all over the world. And by his mercy, we're sitting here. And by his mercy, we're actually reading Bhagavad Gita and many other Vedic books, which were translated into English. Okay. So we can repeat the mantra. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachyatya Deshitarine. Thank you so much. And let's give also our obeisances to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who gave us the Mahamantra. By his mercy, we have the holy name and the ability to go back to Godhead, purify our mind, and reestablish our connection with the Lord by chanting the prayer. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Okay, wonderful. So now I'll show you the process of japa meditation for those who haven't done it before. So we do mantra meditation on the japa beats, japa mala beats, which has 108 beats. Each beat will be one mantra meditation, okay? And the process is we touch the beats with our, how do you call this finger? Middle finger, I guess, and big finger. This finger doesn't participate because it represents false ego, okay? And the process to do that, we do it in the back like that. We put that finger out, okay? And we go beat by beat until we finish one round. One round is 108 beats, okay? Today we'll do it in front of you so that you can see. When you're at home, you will need to have a bag and beats, which you can get here in Govindas. There is a place where you can buy it, and practice it at home, okay? All right, so let's chant Maha Mantra as loud as we can so that we can hear each other. That will help us to focus on the sound vibration better. Let's keep our posture straight so that prana goes around. And inhale and exhale, and let's begin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahamantra ki jai. Thank you so much for wonderful chanting. How is everyone feeling? What is your experience for those who was chanting for the first time? How are you feeling? Any change in the mood, in emotions? What do you feel? Something new? Different? Okay, good. Nice. All right. So it is recommended to chant 16 rounds of Maha Mantra daily. So now we just did one round. If we chant the 16th round, this is the limit which was given to us by Srila Prabhupada, which the minimum, okay, which will allow us to purify that accumulation, that contamination, the karmic contamination that we accumulated in our mind, which covers our senses, and because of that coverage, which is called impurity, right? We do not feel, we do not understand our spiritual identity, okay? So once that layer by layer is gone through the chanting of Maha Mantra, the spiritual body becomes revealed, and with spiritual body and spiritual self-realization comes eternal happiness, eternal bliss, and eternal knowledge, okay? So this is a perfect goal of life, right? To gain that. Okay, so now we're going to continue reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. Let's see if we have enough books. If we don't have enough, you can share with each other, okay? So Bhagavad Gita is not different from the Lord. It's a sacred book. Therefore, we keep it in our hands. We don't put it on the floor. We don't put it on the tables where we eat. We don't take it to the washrooms. It's a deity. Okay, it's Krishna himself. Okay, so before we start, let's quickly summarize what it is about, what it teaches us. So for some of you is there anyone who haven't read Bhagavad Gita before? One more time, please raise your hand. 1, 2, not the whole thing, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. So we need to summarize what it is about. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita, first of all, was spoken over 5,000 years ago. It is a conversation between the Lord himself and his disciple and friend Arjuna. Okay, and the conversation is happening in the middle of a bottle, big bottle. Arjuna is the greatest warrior of the world. He is the protector, he's a military person, and his job is to protect his job is to protect from anything which is against the law. And unfortunately what happens, those who violated the law are his family members. And he is in a situation where he has to fight with his family members, uncles, brothers, even teachers, meaning he has to kill them. And he is totally upset, frustrated. All kind of traumatic emotions that a person can experience, Arjuna is going through. And it is clearly explained in chapter number 1 of Bhagavad Gita. So the situation, the critical situation, the crisis, okay? So when we read the first chapter, we understand that anyone may have a critical situation in life. Not maybe that difficult as Arjuna had, but critical situations happen. And the emotions and feelings and frustrations and being lost in fear and losing the sense of life, all of this can become the reality of anyone who is not aware of who he is, okay? For anyone who thinks, I am that body, and if the body is gone, I'm gone. And if the body is gone, everything that I have is also gone, okay? So Arjuna is going through this because he's showing, actually he's a pure soul, but by his kind of mercy, so that we can hear Bhagavad Gita, he asks questions and he kind of shows how we may feel, right, if we are not aware of this knowledge. He shows that example to us, and Krishna starts speaking the knowledge to Arjuna to dissipate, as he says, the darkness, okay, from his heart, the impurity from his heart, to eliminate any doubts by giving him the absolute knowledge. What is the difference between absolute knowledge and not absolute knowledge? Any knowledge which is not absolute does not relieve us from the sufferings. Moreover, it can entangle us even more by promising something which may never happen. Okay, you will be that rich, you will be that powerful, you will be the this and that, right? But no matter what we can do, right, it may not happen. And what happens if it doesn't happen? The feelings, the situation, the crisis that Arjuna is going through, okay? Therefore, Krishna is giving him the absolute knowledge, which begins from the most important thing, who we are. You are a spirit soul. You never die, you were never born, okay? You're eternal, you're blissful, you're full of knowledge. And this is in chapter 2. So chapter 2 is the summary of Bhagavad Gita. If you understand chapter 2, especially verse number 2.47, it's a very important verse which describes the laws, okay? The 3 points, what we can do, what we shouldn't do, and how we should react. Maybe someone can read it. 2.47. Chapter 2, yeah, text 47, 41. 115, page number 115. 115. Who would like to read? Anyone? 115, page number 115. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So this is the law number 1. You have the right to perform your prescribed duty, right? All of us have roles, and each role has what? Responsibilities, right? Multiple roles. We may be a professional, we may be a mother, father, daughter, brother, sister, etc. Neighbor, right? Citizen. So many roles. As many roles, that many responsibilities. And plus, we are spirit souls, which is the eternal responsibility. Spiritual responsibility is eternal. Okay? So we have the right to perform our duty. This is what we have the right to do. Okay, next. Imagine you're performing your duties, but you're not entitled to the fruits of your action. Let's give an example. Mother and her son or her child is sick, right? He has the right to take care of the child. But is she entitled to the results? Can it be guaranteed that the child will recover? No, right? It doesn't mean that she will stop curing the child, although the results are not guaranteed. So that's how we should act in life. We have to perform our duty, no matter what, very well, without any expectations, whether the result will come in the way we want or don't want, so that want or don't want won't be in place, right? If we are free of that expectation, if we follow that law. So the frustration won't take place, and the attachment won't take place, and anger won't be there, and greed won't be there, okay? Just by following that rule, okay? Next. Never consider yourself the cause of the results. If any result we get, doesn't mean it because of us. Because of who? Who's acting? Several things, right? Modes of material nature, we will talk about it. The will, the Lord's will, Paramatma is authorizing that, the place, the efforts, our senses. There are so many things that take place. But the final solution, not solution, authorization is given by the Lord. Okay, we're just parts and parcels. We have to remember everything belongs to Him. There's nothing ours here. We just cooperate. Okay, yeah, next. Yes, so that information should not discourage you. Oh, if I'm not allowed, if I'm not getting the results, if I'm not getting what I want, why should I do, right? Why should I take care of the child if there is no guarantee that the child will be cured? Why should I perform my duties well if there's no guarantee that my boss will appreciate it? Yeah, so that's a very important verse. If we follow it, our life will be in harmony. Okay, so Krishna is teaching us. Therefore, chapter 2, Krishna is giving the absolute knowledge to Arjuna so that in order to relieve him from his critical, emotional situation, not only, it's a crisis of an ego, because Arjuna is perceiving himself as a brother, as a son, as a warrior, right? But at the same time, he's not at that moment perceiving himself as a spirit soul who's part and parcel of the Lord. Okay? And that lack of knowledge actually puts him in that condition, which was described in chapter 1. Okay? Now, in chapter 3, Krishna starts talking about the duties, how we should perform our duties. That even elevated souls, elevated means like they're already elevated, they're already purified. Even they do what they are expected to do, meaning that they have their responsibilities, they're performing them very well in order to show a good example to others. Okay, if we are successful, we have all we need. Doesn't mean that we need to stop performing, fulfilling our duties. There are people who look at us. Okay, there are people who are learning from us, and then we need to show them a good example. And after that, Krishna in chapter 4, teaching how to perform devotional service, because gradually Krishna is taking Arjuna through that process and actually all of us, right? He's consulting Arjuna, and by consulting Arjuna, he's consulting us. He brings us to the process of devotional service, and that we should have a spiritual master, and that we should follow his instructions, and what kind of mood we should have in order to get the mercy of the spiritual master, because only by the mercy of a pure devotee we can gain self-realization, and we can purify ourselves, and we can get the mercy of the Lord and get liberated, basically. Okay? And then after that, Krishna is teaching us karma yoga. So karma means activity. Okay? And when we still need something in life, such as to maintain that body, right? We need the money, we need to work, and we may have some attachments, such as, I don't know, different, right, for the senses. And therefore, if we are not ready to renounce, meaning that stop that material existence at this point, we need to perform karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Yoga means connection with the Supreme. Okay? When we connect our results with the Supreme, those results become purified. So the results, what is karma, right? Results can come in the form of suffering, or they can come in the form of enjoyment. But when we connect them with the Lord, by admitting that these results are yours, I'm having it because you allowed me. I'm having this money because you paid me through my boss. I'm having this house because you allowed me to get paid by the boss, like you paid through the boss to me, right? And I bought this house. And actually you gave me that house, okay? So we admit that everything that we have belongs to the Lord, and he just gave it to us, okay? And how can I use it in your service? How can I satisfy you? How can I don't know, like what can I do to make you, like the Lord is happy, but from my side, so that you're satisfied with me, with my life, right? So, and then we follow Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita teaches us, Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures, they teach us how to dedicate the results. Like, for example, we buy food, we spiritualize it, we offer it at the altar, and it becomes spiritual. Krishna says what can be offered, what shouldn't be offered. Okay, eggs, meat, fish, animal products, we're not offering to the Lord. He doesn't want them. He says this, okay? Milk, water, fruits, grains, etc. we are offering to the Lord. And we're offering, not just offering, we're offering with love, because Krishna accepts only love. If there is the richest person in the world who offers everything but without love, Krishna won't accept it. But someone who offers just one flower with love, Krishna will accept and will give him mercy. Okay, so we need to develop that love through the process of self-purification, through Maha Mantra and such sanghas, because when we get together, we develop that relationship, loving relationship. We talk about the Lord. Lord is very happy when we talk about him, okay? And when we deliver that message to others, when we discuss it in our free time with our family members, with our friends, when we read together. So the Lord is very happy. We get purified through this activity. Okay, and that activity is not karma. This is transcendental. Transcendental means above modes of material nature. They are purifying us. Okay, so Krishna is teaching in chapter 5 how to perform karma yoga, which is karma-free activity. Okay, and then gradually he takes us to jnana yoga, because once we dedicate our results, we gain the knowledge how to do it. We meditate on the Lord, right? We read about him, we listen about him, and perform our activities. We collect the knowledge, and we start renouncing the results. Why do we renounce the results? Because our senses become satisfied. If you needed like big home and you were not happy, but by sense purification you say, oh, I don't need more, like it's enough. Here I play kirtan, here I cook, here I offer, here I meet my friends and we talk about Krishna, that's it, okay? The life become very simple, pure, and elevated at the same time. So this is jnana yoga, renouncement of the results through the meditation. So we are growing basically, right? And then after that comes bhakti yoga. So we develop love. So Krishna recommends going into bhakti yoga right away, right? Bhakti yoga means that while we are acting for the Lord, okay, we dedicate our results to the Lord, we work to the Lord, for the Lord, we develop our love. Okay, we don't wait until love comes. We come to the temple, we do all kinds of activities, we get together, we dance for the Lord, we sing for Him, we worship the deities, we bow down in front of the deities, we chant Maha Mantra, and etc. All this is called devotional service, and this is Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so once our heart is full of love of Krishna, and there is no other desire in our heart and mind rather than satisfying the Lord, at that moment, all karma collected for millions of years will be eliminated in a second. Imagine the power of Bhakti Yoga. So this is what we are here, what we are practicing. So today we're going to continue Bhagavad Gita chapter 7. Before we begin, let's give obeisances to the absolute truth by repeating the mantra 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. So it's chapter 7, text number 11. So how we read Sanskrit, translation, and then purport. Okay? I will begin and then we will go one by one. It's page number 316. Okay, ready? Balam balavatam chaham karmaraga virarjitam dharma virutho bhuteshu kamoshmi bharatarshapa. Translation: I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles, O Lord of the Bharatas, Arjuna. So Krishna is speaking here. In chapter 7, Krishna speaks to Arjuna and he explains, he gives more information about himself. In previous chapters, he was talking about the spirit soul, the knowledge, karma yoga, how to perform service, how to perform yoga, how to balance the mind and body, and etc. Now in chapter 7, he gives the absolute truth. So he explains his transcendental qualities, and it also said in previous chapters, the one who understands the transcendental pastimes and qualities of the Lord will be liberated right away, okay? Will gain that level of highest self-realization, okay? So Krishna is saying here, I am the strength of the strong. So all of the strength that we have is Krishna's. It's his manifestation. But devoid of passion and desire, meaning that that strength is not in the mode of passion, is not in the mode of ignorance, it's not contaminated. So that strength, meaning it's pure strength, okay? And the pure strength is given to us in order to perform what? Dharma, right? To protect, to be strong, we need it when we make decisions, when we make right choices, when we discipline ourselves, so we need that strength, okay? I am the sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles, O Lord of the Bharatas, meaning that sex life, as explained Bhagavad Gita, is given in order to beget the children. It's not for sense gratification, okay? So Krishna, like that ability to perform, to basically beget the children, is also represented by the Lord, okay? Purport: the strong man's strength should be applied to protect the weak, not for personal aggression. So if we see aggression, we can understand that the energy and the strength is going in the wrong direction. It's the same as a knife in the hand of a killer. So the knife can work very well in the kitchen when we cut the veggies and cook, right? So that strength is needed, but when it's used in the wrong way, it becomes violence. So Krishna is saying here it should not be applied for personal aggression. Similarly, sex life, according to religious principles, which is dharma, should be for the propagation of children, not otherwise. Okay? The responsibility of parents is then to make the offsprings Krishna conscious. So when kids are propagated in a proper way, they have most opportunity to grow as Krishna conscious, provided that there is enough knowledge and practice by the family members and good example, okay? Because their consciousness is not in the mode of passion or ignorance. But when we begot kids in a different way, like through the process of sense gratification, then the consciousness of a child is already contaminated and takes a lot of time and effort to purify it. Okay, so Krishna is giving us this knowledge so that we apply it in life. Okay, so text number 12, Prabhu, let's start with you, and then we'll go like that direction. Mm-hmm. Yes, so it's also very important note here, all states of being, that so there are 3 states of being: goodness, passion, and ignorance. In the introduction to Bhagavad Gita on page 8, you can find what is material nature, and it is said there that material nature represents itself, right, in the form of the modes of material nature. So what are the modes? These are the qualities. So quality of goodness is represented by interest towards the knowledge, education, good habits, cleanliness, and etc. So anything which is good for health, for life, is represented by the mode of goodness. Then mode of passion is represented by craving, putting a lot of effort, unnecessary maybe effort, very strong desires that put a person in a dependency, like painful dependency. Therefore, mode of passion is very exhausting, and a person in the mode of passion eventually may become weak, sick, and etc. And ignorance is the complete, is opposite to the mode of goodness. If mode of goodness is the knowledge and the right things and everything which is good for health and for life, then the mode of ignorance is the opposite. Okay, it's sickness, it's laziness, it's weakness, all kind of diseases, frustrations, etc., anxiety, and all kind of diseases, they also relate to the mode of ignorance. So all the states of being are manifested by my energy, Krishna is saying, so that energy is material energy, okay? And I'm in one sense everything, but I'm independent, meaning that he's not under that influence. He's not influenced by that energy, okay? He is the source of everything, but he's not under the influence of it, okay? Okay, let's continue. Yeah. Jai. Yeah, so that special characteristic of Bhagavan we need to remember, that he is not subject to the influence of the modes of material nature, okay? Now, what kind of conclusion can we make for ourselves out of this knowledge? How can this knowledge help us in life, like in our daily life? So we understand that there are three modes of material nature that affect every living entity, depending on their desires, right? Depending on their thoughts. Now, what can we do? How can we manage ourselves? Or what can we do? What actually is within our circle of influence? This is the name of the Sangha. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Satisfying each one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. He's independent. Yes. Yes, so we need to know the difference between the individual soul and the super soul, between the Lord and Jiva, right? So Jiva is a part and parcel of the Lord. It's a very important point. Yes, we are part and parcel of the Lord. We are never equal to the Lord. So if the Lord is saying, I'm independent, doesn't mean that we are independent, okay? If the Lord is able, like whatever pastimes the Lord is performing, where we cannot perform, we cannot imitate that, okay? Because we are not the Lord's. We're Jivas. We're His parts and parcels. Okay, yes. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing this. Very good point. Anything else, like any conclusions out of this? What else can we do with this knowledge? How can it help us in life? When we know that Krishna is the source of all the three energies which represent the material energy, goodness, passion, or ignorance, where would we like to be in that scenario? Ah, goodness. Is this what you're saying? Yes. Can you elaborate on this? So what does it mean for us to be, what does it mean for us to be in goodness? Try to be kind. Try to be good to others. What else? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sattvic meaning pure, right? Yes. Yes. Yeah. So in other words, we should do what is good for our health, like for the well-being, which is pure food, right? Pure relationships, free of anger, greed, like negative attachments, painful expectations, or unrealistic expectations, things like that, right? So meaning that goodness means we are in knowledge, okay? Goodness means there's so many spheres of life, like relationships, relationships with us, ourselves. So we need to understand ourselves. Okay, we have the body, we have our nervous system, we have our psychology, right? We need to understand ourselves. We have relationship with God. We need to understand this. What is expected from us? We are jivas. What is our responsibility there? Okay, we have relationships with other people. We also need to understand how to relate, how to communicate. There are so many things that we need to know. Lifestyle, for example, in the mode of goodness, would be raising early in the morning, going to bed by 10 p.m., not after. Not eating after sunset because there is no digestion, no fire of digestion. So we need to have all this knowledge, okay? Establish the proper regime, the meaning when we eat, when we sleep, how we rest. It's chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita. So this is all goodness. And that will maintain our health, that will maintain our relationships, and that will ease our mind so that we can focus on the most important thing, which is our spiritual self-realization. Also, responsibilities. We need to know our responsibilities. So some people take too much upon themselves, and that creates a problem. Okay, some people release the responsibility, put it on others. Why not? Somebody's wanting to get more, right? So this is not goodness. Goodness means I know what's my responsibility, I'm performing it well. I also know what's the other person's responsibility, and that creates healthy so-called boundaries, right? Which is the very modern term in psychology nowadays, boundaries, right? So just being in goodness will satisfy all these human needs. And moreover, by satisfying that human needs, we need to be human beings, healthy human beings. This is goodness. That will make us closer to the Lord. And then the next step from human being, we go enter the transcendence. Okay, we start developing our spiritual consciousness. And Lord is independent, meaning he's not under the influence, meaning that when we think only about the Lord, serve only the Lord, there is no other desire for sense gratification, the modes of material nature will not influence us. Okay, there is no karma influence on us at that point. Now we are doing this activity. This is karma-free activity. Why? Because it's transcendental. We're learning, we're studying, reading Bhagavad Gita, we're discussing it. Okay? Yeah, so that's one of the things. Maybe if you have any other realizations, you can share now. Or any questions? Is it clear? Yes. There is a time which is recommended, right, to wake up. It's 1 hour and a half, I believe. Muhurta time. Is it? Yes, 1.5 hours before the sunrise. Yes. So normally it's 3:30 or 4 a.m. Yeah, it's a good time to wake up. And it's also considered karma-free time when we do the meditation, because it is after the rasa dance of the Lord. It's already a different story, right? So that time is infused with prema, with mercy of the Lord. And at that time, the concentration is the best, provided that you go to bed early enough. Because if you go to bed late and you eat before you go to bed, that time won't be so beneficial for you. So you need to follow like proper way of, planning. You need to plan what to eat, when to eat, to go to bed early so that your body is free and rests well, and then wake up early in the morning, do your meditation, take a shower, do your meditation, then you will see how your mind is purified. Yeah. So I said more than you asked. Okay, so let's continue. Text number 13. Thank you so much. Prabhu, next one. Sanskrit. No. We need to read Sanskrit first. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. Translation. Yeah. Yes, so the three modes of material nature dilute actually the living entity, meaning that they close the Lord from us. We don't see the Lord because of the modes of material nature. And the modes of material nature again affect us because we want to satisfy ourselves. We feel that we want to enjoy without the Lord. This is only when the modes of material nature influence us, okay? And that's how we become deluded. And therefore the Lord is saying the whole world doesn't know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Okay? So there is nothing which is impossible for the Lord. He is inexhaustible. Purport? Next. So this is a very important sentence. Every living entity is under the influence of material nature, has a particular type of body. So under the influence of material nature, right, under the modes, we get a particular type of body and particular type of psychological and biological activity accordingly. Okay, that's also important to know. We call it like nature. So one person's nature is this, one person's nature is that, one is more inclined for this and one is more inclined for that. So that's the influence of the mode of material nature. Some people are more Brahmanical, some people are more administrative, some people are more like, so people have basically different qualities depending on the mode of nature that influenced them. Okay, let's continue. So Brahmanas, the ones are under the influence of the mode of goodness. So Brahmanas are naturally inclined to the knowledge. They like to know, they like to teach, they like to understand things. So these are Brahmanas, and they are clean by nature. They like cleanliness, they like care, they like empathy, so they show this. They like to take care, okay? So kshatriyas means in the mode of passion, so they are administrative, they're managers. Okay, they might not be that much inclined to cleanliness or care or understanding your emotions or empathy, but they need it to keep the discipline, to keep things in place, you know, in order, such as like military, police, administrators, managers, office managers, and etc. Okay, so these are the kshatriyas. So Vaishyas, they arrange the exchanges, sell, buy, protection of the cows, okay, the protection of the resources, the distribution, allocation, the resources, so that everyone has enough, and this is Vaishyas. And they are in charge of the economy. So Kshatriyas, they maintain the discipline and the order, right, while Vaishyas, they arrange that everyone is getting enough, like supplied enough, okay? Yeah, so Shudras, they are called an ignorant, but actually Shudras are the ones who serve all other, all three, yes. So they are in service. They are very important too. Yeah, so the material conception or bodily conception of life is then when we identify ourselves with our culture, with our activities, with our nationality, background, and we think that this is what we are. And then what happens if like we change the culture, or what happens if like we identify ourselves with the place and we leave that place, right? Or if we identify ourselves with a profession and we change that profession. So people who identify themselves falsely with things which are not which do not represent them, they feel themselves lost. Okay, it's also considered kind of a psychological trauma because they grieve. They feel like as if they lost something, they cannot restore themselves. But initially, this self-identification was wrong, and all they need is just the knowledge that you are not your profession, you are not your nationality, you are not your culture, you are not your body, you're not anything that relates to that body, basically. Yeah. Because when the body is gone, when the soul is gone from the body, people are crying and saying, oh my God, the person is dead, but the body is here. So who is that? The body is here. If you're thinking you are this body, the body is here. No, but the person is gone. So who is that person? The spirit soul, right? The consciousness, which was actually present in that body. So we need to admit that we are not this body, because when the soul is gone, the body is like a cloth. Just take it off, leave it, and move on. Okay? Yeah, okay. So we do not understand, right, that everything belongs to the Lord, and the Lord is the control of everything. Behind all of this is the Lord himself. Just because we're influenced by the modes of material nature, we're under that influence, okay? And the modes of material nature, combined with time, develop karma, okay? So again, modes of material nature influence those who are trying to live, who see their happiness through the satisfaction of their senses separately from the Lord. Okay, we need to satisfy Lord's senses because our senses belong to him. Okay, in that case, we free ourselves from the influence of the modes of material nature. If we do not do this, then that's what happens. We become deluded. Okay. Okay, next paragraph. Yeah, next paragraph. Yes? Okay. Next. Thank you so much. Yes. So with this beautiful note, we're going to finish because it's a darshan time. So those who is in Krishna consciousness, they're transcendental to these three modes of material nature. So this is the goal of our life. Thank you so much for your attention today. If you have any questions, you can come to me. I will be here. And I will be looking forward to seeing you next time on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. So we will continue reading Bhagavad Gita and discussing it. Okay, if you need Bhagavad Gita, you can come to Govinda's or you can come to me and get it for the donation of $15. Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.